Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Krastorio 2. This is Otaku Showboat with Ollie and his tail still in this position from our last video. If you've been enjoying the series thus far, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff below the video, including, but not limited to, hitting that great big blue join button to become an erudite otaku, and turning that big old blue button gray for me. That would be very much appreciated, and of course, by doing so, you can get your name on a train station when I actually have the train station names being shown, displayed. Speaking of which, I do have 7 at the moment. I will double check. Sometimes these things change on me in the middle of things. They have not changed in the middle of things for me, and I am remembering that I actually have a scene that I am using in Streamlabs specifically for recording, and of course I'm not using it, I'm using my stream one, so if there is a notification of someone becoming a member or if someone subscribing to my channel as I record this, it will show up, and it will announce and all that great stuff. Hey, I want those. Give me those. I want those level 3 speed modules. That would be much appreciated. Much appreciated. Anyway, when we last met, I took care of scaling up my petroleum gas production, and therefore my light oil production. Not really my lubricant slash heavy oil as much. Yes, I'm getting more heavy oil, but it's all that extra heavy oil is getting cracked into light oil, and the excess light oil is getting cracked into petroleum gas. And the way that I set it up is I actually have more light oil available because my light oil cracking is cracking an overflow. That means that means that if I need more light oil, I can actually use a lot of that extra production of the light oil, and it then won't get cracked down into the stuff. Okay, this appears as if I will need more petroleum gas stored between trains. So what do I have this set to right now? Divided by 4. I'm going to need you to be more than that. A significant amount more than that. It will only send me 2 at a time. Yeah, I'm going to need these to be a lot fuller. A lot fuller. Each train can bring in 50,000 units of the fluid, and as you can see, I can hold like 8. Well, I can hold 4 trains worth in this storage. I'm actually going to make this 50 so that it's an entire train, and I have 2 worth in here. Let's make that 3 worth in here at a time. So 1, 13, 12, 11, 10. This is going to keep sending my trains to here, and this is why I dramatically scaled the amount of petroleum gas production. This, however, is going to need to change dramatically. Yes, I know I'm currently at a full backup of my plastic, but there's always a catch to this. I now have advanced chemical plants, and I'm just going to go up here so I can grab an advanced chemical plant. These don't need water in, they need petroleum in, and they don't have an output, but it will come in handy, come in nifty to do this right around here. You are making plastic. I'm actually going to make this like in reverse. So one of these is able to process 47.2 coal into 132.16 plastic. I have 48, making 96 up to. Not actually 96. It's really 40, I think. Hey, Ollie, you're getting up. Ollie's getting up now. How's that boy? How's that pretty boy? How's that pretty boy behind me? What's he going to be doing? Is he going to leave? Or just reposition? Or what? He's going to reposition and show us his face. Show us his face and his red collar. Yeah, what was this individually? It was 16. But I've increased these to... Oh, you're right. So it's 30 out because it's a red belt out. Which means that it's 90 in total on the output. This is tick rate limited. Oh boy. This is actually tick rate limited once all the stuff happened with speed. Cool. How over am I? How much over am I? Crafting speed 67.2. Yeah, this has a cycle time of 1 second. 1 second crafting time, which means that this max crafting speed can be 60, which means I don't need... I need one more. There. Which means one of the modules is completely superfluous from here, and I don't actually need one of these to exist. I would rather it be, actually, that. And just keep the things in there. And actually keep the things in here. And make it that. Because if I scale this in future, I can mirror, basically. Not like I think I will really need to. But yeah, 60 into a lot. You know, a bit more than 90. How much plastic would I need for this? Not as much is the answer. Not as much. Also limited by the throughput of the actual stuff here. It's interesting that this is an entire green belt of throughput, just so's we know. That this is precisely one full green belt. And then it's 3 green belts out. Yeah, it's a few green belts on the output. Well then. How am I going to get them actually brought in? I don't know, but what I do know is that all of this can die pretty safely. Just keep those power poles so this stays powered. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of junk that my bots have to bring me. Lots of junk. Lots of pipe. Whoops. Lots of stuff. Ooh, I have the extra trash slots now. That's nice. Get rid of all those chem plants. Thank you, my minions, for being so good to me. Gosh, that's a lot of... That is a lot of stuff. Get rid of all this red belt shenaniganry. Let's actually completely eliminate the red belt stuff, because I'm going to need the greens. Whoops. I don't really want to get rid of the coal. That's the problem, because I need trains. I need locomotives. The locoist. The locoist of locomotives. They are my motivation. Okay. So that's that. Phew. Each of these is like 3. I'm going to load into a warehouse that will output 4 belts. That seems like the best option to me. And then I will, of course, do 2 in on each of these. This line. Just don't get hit by that train and we'll be good. Ta-da! And there we go. Loads more plastic being produced at the tick rate. However, I was pretty sure that productivity was a separate tick rate calculation. It is. It's this. So this is reflecting the extra that you get out of the productivity ticks. Because yeah, the productivity is also limited by the tick rate. It's by its own separate calculation. So even though that, yes, this is making crafting speed 60 equivalent, it's processing 60 times per second, the productivity is still happening, and you're still getting that 40% of extra productivity out of this. It's just fine. It is fine. Perfection. Dandy, even. However, 68.96, that is going to be 3. 3 can do up to 180 on the greens. On the greens. And it is outputting fast enough, which is great. It's filling up the warehouse at the moment, because we have this big old buffer here. I only have 1 train. Nah. We're going to have more. More. I declare that we shall have more. And it shall hold a full line of stuff. This will be plastic. Excuse me. Plastic. Supply. Depot. Full cargo. Circuit condition. And give it some fuel and go. This one, what's your wagon limit? 2 lines. Oh. Well, let's make that 1 to be consistent. And then copy over to another train. I would rather more trains flow. I would rather have more trains going. And there it goes, on its merry way. Something is perpetually requesting plastic. I think... No, if something was perpetually getting plastic, it wouldn't be like this. Alright, we're good. We've got 3 locomotives, 3 trains going for plastic. Hopefully that will be enough at the current limitation on the wagons. I may need to hold more on the wagons to increase that throughput there. But, yeah, I think we'll be good. I think we'll be good, which means it is now that time to get additional low-density structure production going. That is the biggie. The biggie! The biggiest of biggies is to get more low-density structures going, as many as I possibly can. And, this is going to require a fundamental change to my design of these buildings. Fundamental change to my buildings. Let's just not get hit by the trains going into my mall. That would be much appreciated. It would probably be best to just not ever cross these tracks. Like, do not cross. Or set up a gate system. There are actually ways to set up a gate system that will allow for safe passage across tracks. It's just a pain. I could use a blueprint, but do I really want to? And they use walls and like the gates for the walls as well. And all of that mechanic just ugh. Vanilla mechanics. What is the shenaniganry with vanilla mechanics? Excuse me, but we're modding here. We got mods to do stuff with. Okay, I'm for some reason not actually requesting warehouses. Oh, am I just not warehouses? I'm not warehouses. Okay. Warehouses. Medium containers. Like, huh? Make these things, please. Like, I know you can make these things. Just make these things. Always have to check. Always have to check the productivity. I can take you. I don't need you now. To be speedy. Do I need these to be speedy? Not really. Not anymore. I'll steal my speedy speeds. Speaking of speedy speeds, I should consider the assembling machine upgrade to all of these. Just go yoink all the way across for those speed modules, and then give them all 4 speed modules. My construction bots should place them. There they go. Yes, I realize that this is a little, over the top, shall we say, but it will dramatically increase the rate at which I get my level 3 speed modules at the cost of an initial investment of quite a few of them. Just as long as they have enough stuff being requested in their chests to do all of this. Go, gadget speed modules! I've got 100 of the 300 that I am requesting. I need more coffee. I have an ollie that's gone. I can actually swing back and forth now without having to worry about that weight on the back of my chair. So how many modules am I going to actually need for this LDS setup? Not as many as I can possibly get. So I'm probably going to have to just go and design it and just let it be and accrue the speed modules in the process. whilst I am designing. My coffee today, by the way, is just generic Folgers. Generic, regular Folgers coffee today. A fresh bin. Bin? Do you call it a bin? Canister? I get the most gigantic container of coffee that I can when I get the Folgers coffee. Which, sadly, I can't get that particular size of, like the black silk. I have to get the gourmet, generic, regular, medium roast coffee. It's unfortunate. I prefer dark roasts. I prefer incredibly dark roasts. Black, nothing in my coffee at all. Just as dark as you can get it. Which is why I like the incredibly strong stuff known as Death Wish coffee, Death Wish brand coffee. That is what they claim to be the strongest coffee on the planet, or so they say. I really do. I like having that coffee. It's just pretty expensive. It's expensive, okay? It's expensive. Expensive. That is that is fewer slots than my inventory. Hey, let's take care of this. Put down, actually, that small thing so I can have it. Unfortunately, our LDS will not operate for a little bit, but I need to delete everything here. I'm just gonna grab the belt myself, because that is a lot of work for the robots in picking up the items that are on belts. It's a lot of extra things that they need to do before they can actually pick up the entities, because each one of those items on the belts pretty much count as an entity that they need to pick up. They don't have to worry about that as much with undergrounds. That's another reason why undergrounds are so spectacular. Is that when bots have to eventually, potentially, be forced into picking stuff up from them, they don't have to do a whole bunch of cycles. I'm also going to get rid of this shared belt. We're going to probably do independent lines. I'm also going to get rid of all of this red belt here on my LDS input. Wow! I'm sorry, I didn't realize stack size. I didn't remember stack size was 200 on LDS in this. I only have the one locomotive going, don't I? That's a big part of my problem, I think. Give me those back. I'll take the thingies there, but otherwise just give me all my inventory back and we're good. Okay. Also, vehicle, you can store some of this extra pipe. Wasn't I complaining about not having enough pipe? I could have sworn I was complaining at one point about not having enough pipe. Now I'm flooded with pipe as I upgrade my stuff to fewer entities. Advanced factories, assembling machines. Yes, these guys. These guys with their surrounding beacons. Surrounded by 16 beacons, full of beautiful and glorious speed modules. You are making LDS, which are an intermediate, located somewhere. Located somewhere. Yes, very, very specific. LDS, low density. The lowest of density, there you go, with productivity. I will get a better idea of the actual speed of this machine once everything is powered and all of the effects take effect. Plus 740, 2.94 per second. And we've got less than a lane on copper, way less than a lane on plastic and steel. I'm going to need a lot. I'm going to need at least 656 just for one Singularity Tech card. In the grand scheme of things, we're probably going to make a run at that 60. At the very least, we're going to do 10. That's going to be probably the step 1 of my scaling, is to get up to 10, and then we'll think about getting up to 30 or 20 or 30 or whatever, and then up to potentially 60. We shall see. Or maybe what's 1,000 per minute would be 16 and 2/3. Huh. Pretty close at 10, but yeah, I need, a lot. A lot, over 60 of these. So, just so's you know, a lot. This is why for right now we're focusing on just one. And of course that would mean I would need 3 of this build to make the quantity that I need at minimum. 3 at minimum. This is more than 1 lane. This is nowhere near 1 lane of the green belt is what I'm referring to here, and this is more than a green belt. Is it, like, how much purple have I made? How much purple exists now? 0. Zero. Zero. They have made the purple loaders preferentially, and now it's working on making the purple undergrounds, and then we'll get into the other purple stuff. And it looks like my limitation is the gears, the immersite gears. Immersium, excuse me. I need to be very specific that this is immersium, the most immersive of immersium. So what I'm thinking here is I'm just going to have 3 separate inputs on here. Maybe not with this spacing. I might have it with this spacing. Like so. And then it's just the one output. As you can see, this needs to shift a little bit over because, well, it's gonna exit that way. Just in case I scale later, I'll have this like this. And that'll be that, I guess. I mean, yeah, I could use loaders to unload the LDS, but meh. But meh. And this should be the other way around and mirrored, shouldn't it? To make it easier on me, but whatever. Whatever. Don't care. Just so that we are aware, it's still just making like 9 per second, 8.82 per second out of this. I should really do more, a lot more. I'll go ahead and do one I'll do this type of a setup and use both of these. Because that's the other thing I need to think about here, is that there's only so much room between my train stations, and it can get a little iffy, shall we say. May need to upgrade to the purples. Oh goodness, more tech. Go. Go gadget technology. More tech. More, I say, more. So it's more than a lane of plastic. Little sad, but anyway. I'll do the same type of a setup with the combining of things for each of these, but only need to use one line here for each. There's plastic, and then the last one is going to be here. And that is, of course, the steel. Wherever I bring the steel in. Why, hello, Ollie. You've brought me your toy. He's brought me Chipmunk! He's brought the Chipmunk! Yes! Oh, he just yanked that right out of my hand. He just swiped it right out of my hand. Yes, that is your toy. That is yours. Dolly has her baby. The gray, white, black. Gray and black. Oh, where'd it go? It just fell. There you go, Mr. Ferocious. Mr. Ferocious Play Machine. He's a very, yes. You're a very rough player, Ollie. Ollie plays rough. With those claws out and the biting, and yes, he's a roughhouser. I need to be careful because I could end up scratched right about now. Or I could grab this and be like, go away. Hey, Ollie, go get it. Said go get it. He won't go get it. He's not leaving. He's not leaving. He wants to play. Anyway, low density structures. I didn't do that. Okay. It's flowing? Yes, flowing. It's flowing! Ah, he's left. If he's in a playful mood, I'd rather him not be near me because of, you know, the pain, suffering. It can get a little bit painful. He doesn't really hold back while playing. Please, God, no, not that many. Not at, like, 8 something per second. I have my other dude. Yeah, right there. Go. Just copy and go. What are you limited to? 1? No. You can do 4. Yeah, whatever. It'll be fine. It'll load balance ish. There's the LDS. The LDS scaled. Huzzah! All that good stuff. That means the next item on the agenda. I mean, I can just clear this ore enrichment now. Is to do rocket control units. Yeah, because the rocket parts, in order to launch the rocket, include rocket fuel. We're making rocket fuel. I can scale it. I will need to scale it a fair bit. It will need low density structures, and it will need rocket control units. Oh boy. Hey, can I, like, hell mod my... I did. Let's set this to 1. It does tell me about everything here that I'll need. And I have broken down... I don't really need to break that down. What I want to do here is add productivity to the everything. Upgrade to these machines with the productivity. Down everything that can use them. This does not take productivity, but it does take speed. I think it's still going to be 1 no matter what, so we can get rid of those completely. This will be fine. I don't need to worry about the production of steel. Like, no, and I won't worry so much about the production of the blue circuits or the batteries per se, because it's really low volume. What I need to concern myself with is the speed modules a bit, but not like the base component stuff. Let's get rid of all this base component stuff from this hell mod plan. Okay, that should be the better idea of how much I need. It's not a lot in the grandest of grand schemes. Did I break down LDS for some reason? No. Let's not do that. It's only 0.59 LDS to get 1 per second of the optimization tech cards, and I'm only launching 1 rocket silo. It's 0.41 with productivity of the science, the space research data, to get the optimization tech cards, so it's going to be completely okay. I'm pretty sure I'm making plenty more than 0.52 plus 0.04, the 0.55 of the rocket fuel. I should already be doing that. And I definitely have the light oil for it, so yeah, that's fine. What I need is the rocket control units. Pretty sure they're only used to launch the rocket, though, so I think a lot of this, I'll actually get rid of that production of the rocket fuel from this equation, and batteries are on my network. Silicon isn't. So I'd have to make this locally out of stone, but that's okay. Now, what would be the inputs overall on this? I didn't break down an iron, like, why do I have an iron gear wheel here? So it's bring in iron, copper, LDS, rocket fuel, processing units, electronic circuits, glass, steel, batteries, electronic components, and stone. That is a lot of stuff to bring in for a rocket build. the thing about it is that a lot of this isn't used elsewhere besides here, or is already being provided on the network. That's the main concern. It's like, yeah, I've got silicon already. This big thing produces silicon out of stone, but it's like I have stone. I have lots of stone. I've got plenty. I can do this again. I'm not concerned about that. I'm producing enough only for my circuits here, my electronic components. But regardless, that'll be our agenda going forward, is making all of this. Making all of this stuff in a factory to get into optimization tech cars. I know I put RCUs here, but really it's rocket launches. The rocket control unit is used in other stuff, but it's not consumed in other science. Which means that I can make this in my mall, and that's where this other stuff will be made, is just in my mall. Otherwise, it's just rockets that are going to use this, and it needs speed modules. And yeah, I'm making speed modules on my mall. At my mall. Is there an argument to do a supply station at my mall? Supplying speed module 1s? Maybe? But I'd rather have a bit more production control on them, which is why I will make them separately at this area that is going... Oh, I have the... Oh, it's just the same icon. Different things. Launching the satellite and all of that good stuff. Good stuff. Great, fantastic stuff and things. And this is going to get beaconed the hell out of as well for this rocket silo. It'll be limited by the animation by as much as possible. I hope this takes into account the animation time for this 0.41 to get 0.72 per second. I hope it's taking into account the animation time. But with that, folks, it's been over 40 minutes. Well, over 43 minutes, close. Yeah, so with that, it is time to end off this video here. I would like to very much thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat, and when we next meet, we'll be doing some work towards space science directly. If you've been enjoying this series thus far and have enjoyed this video, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff down below. And among other things, consider hitting that great big blue join button to become an erudite otaku. And turning that blue button gray, it would be very much appreciated, as would be joining me on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat if you are so inclined and able. And I, of course, will see you all on the next one.